It's no secret that Star Wars has made a lot of people a lot of money. I'm talking buku bucks. In 2012, Disney paid $4 billion for what's essentially a license to print cash. Now, thanks to merchandising, I'm looking at you, Star Wars oranges, you little BB-8s. The franchise is worth approximately $28 billion. That's like 280 Bugatti Veyrons. Buku bucks. The late, great Sir Alec Guinness, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi, reportedly made $84 million on royalties for his work in the original trilogy. But one man made a truly staggering amount of money off of Star Wars without lifting a finger. Steven Spielberg. And today on the Dan Cave, I'm going to tell you exactly how George Lucas managed to lose $40 million to old Spiely B. But first, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Now, you have to remember, in the late 1970s, sci-fi films and genre fare weren't nearly as popular as they are today. For example, 1968's 2001: A Space Odyssey was a critical success, but it only made a mere $56 million at the box office. So, when George Lucas began shopping around his space fantasy inspired by the likes of Akira Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress, Flash Gordon serials, and the French sci-fi comic Valerian, studios weren't exactly champing at the bit. In fact, the main reason that 20th Century Fox eventually took a chance on Lucas was because of the surprising success of his previous movie, American Graffiti. Then, as you may know, the actual production of A New Hope proved to be a waking nightmare, with multiple delays, a ballooning budget, and tensions both on set and behind the scenes. So, in 1977, a troubled George Lucas made a trip to Mobile, Alabama, to visit the set of his friend Steven Spielberg's sci-fi movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And it was there that they made a life-changing bet. Spielberg revealed the origins of the now legendary bet in an interview with Turner Classic Movies. According to Spielberg, Lucas was a nervous wreck after Star Wars, and he felt it didn't live up to his vision. Now, after spending a few days on set, Lucas's confidence was shot. He said, "Oh my God, your movie's gonna be so much more successful than Star Wars. This is gonna be the biggest hit of all time." It's a terrible George Lucas. And so he offered to trade points with Spielberg, specifically net points, which are a percentage of a movie's profit after it's recouped costs at the box office. So, in exchange for 2.5% of Star Wars, Lucas received 2.5% of Close Encounters and vice versa. Now, flash forward to the time of release. Close Encounters went on to make $303 million at the box office domestically. But Star Wars, which was made for a mere $11 million, let that sink in for a second, only $11 million. It shattered box office records when it released on May 25th, 1977, making $460 million in the United States alone. Now, adjusted for inflation, that is $1.48 billion. Billion with a holy capital B, as in holy buku bucks, because that is what the B in billion stands for, and I will take that to my grave. The only thing that made more money when adjusted for inflation is Gone with the Wind, which is sitting pretty at $1.6 billion domestic. But frankly, my dear, you don't give a damn about that movie, and neither do I, so let's talk more Star Wars, okay? According to Business Insider's calculations in 2014, Spielberg has made nearly $40 million on this deal. $40 million for just being a good friend. I give people rides to the airport all the damn time, and I rarely even receive gas money. Clearly, I'm in the wrong racket. Considering that The Force Awakens is projected to make as much as $210 million its opening weekend, let me be the first to say that I will happily trade 2.5% of that for 2.5% of my book sales. And speaking of which, if you want to learn even more about Star Wars, including this bet, my book, 100 Things Star Wars Fans Should Know and Do Before They Die, is available now wherever fine books are sold. But what do you guys think of this piece of Star Wars history? Is it a great move or a big mistake? What's the craziest bet that you've ever made? Mine involves a salamander, a forklift, and an entire grapefruit, but that's a story for another episode. Tell me yours in the comments below, and while you're there, give me 2.5% of a thumbs up. That's all for today's show. Be sure to tune in next time when we discuss the true story of a larcenous orangutan who must battle Benedict Cumberbatch at a fancy hotel in outer space, and Dunstan checks into darkness. Until next time, keep on digging.